So what we're here for is the talk learning session number 3 for the treatment optimization of psychosis collaborative. And I'm going to begin with a land acknowledgement before we get started here. So we do want to acknowledge that the land that we are gathered on here today is the traditional, ancestral, unceded, and occupied homelands of the Coast Salish people. We also want to acknowledge that others at the session might be joining us from different traditional homelands today, and we want to welcome you all. And I'm just wanted to point out that I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to live, work, and play on these lands. I'm just also going to get our brief disclosure out of the way here as well. Prescribing is a clinical act requiring the prescriber to exercise professional clinical judgment, taking into account the patient's clinical history and other relevant circumstances, including relevant guidelines and protocols and professional standards. Guidelines for the prescription of clozapine and its management vary between regions and organizations. The learner is responsible for ensuring they familiarize themselves with other relevant regional organizational guidance and/or protocols and apply the appropriate professional judgment. The BC Centre for Excellence in HIV/AIDS, the Treatment Optimization of Psychosis Collaborative, the Planning Committee, and the presenters assume no responsibility or liability or for the use of guidance contained in this course. I also want to point out that our collaborative is supported by a number of groups here. So British Columbia Centre for Excellence in HIV/AIDS, as well as Vancouver Coastal Health, the VGH UBC Foundation, Hospital Foundation, as well as the BC Schizophrenia Society. And I also want to introduce our top core team, who you've probably gotten familiar with over the course of the last several months. So our team consists of Harish Neelakamp, the medical lead, Valeria Gal, our project lead, myself, Philip, the operations lead, Jessica Ananuevo, our clinical educator, Darwin Lai, our QI coach, and Angie Semple, our project coordinator. You can reach any of us really through, if with any questions or comments throughout the collaborative through the email listed here, topcollaborative@bccfe.ca. And I want to point out what our learning objectives for today's session are. So by the end of the session, participants will be able to demonstrate the importance of the client and family voice in implementing system changes, increase confidence in carrying out plan, do, study, act cycles, develop a sustainability plan based on successful tests of change, and utilize change ideas and strategies other collaborative teams are using successfully. We also want to prepare an action plan for action period 4. Now I'm going to introduce our first speaker of the day. This is going to be Elder Ruth Alfred. So Elder Ruth Alfred is a member of the Numgis Nation in Alert Bay. She worked in and around downtown Eastside as an elder support outreach worker for Pacific Association until her retirement in 2017. Since 2018, Elder Ruth has worked for Vancouver Coastal Health Aboriginal Wellness as an elder knowledge keeper and Indigenous patient support at Carlisle Youth Mental Health Clinic, Lionsgate, and Vancouver General Hospitals when called upon. We thank Elder Ruth for her wisdom.
Thank you, Philip, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ruth Alfred. I am from the Numgis First Nation, born and raised in Alert Bay. I left Alert Bay in 1988 and started my life journey down here. I'm the mother of 2, and I have 6 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. And I'm very honored to be invited to open your learning session today. I thank Angie and for trusting me to do this. I'd like to begin by a teaching. Um, we do land acknowledgements to show our respect for the land and the nations that live on the land. This is a tradition that dates back centuries. Land acknowledgements have been used and adopted by common practice in civic and community spaces across Canada as a respectful way, an important step forward to reconciliation. For non-Indigenous people, land acknowledgements are an opportunity to reflect on the impacts of colonialism, to be accountable to Indigenous people, and to thank them and those who still live on the land and care for the land. These acknowledgements at gatherings give thought and reflection around colonialism and how to engage more meaningfully in reconciliation. And on that note, I would like to humbly and respectfully acknowledge that we are on the unceded traditional and ancestral territories of the three host nations, the Musqueam, the Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh. I especially thank the Squamish Nation for allowing me to live and learn and play in their land for about 33 years now. And thank you. I'd like to give a short blessing to open the learning session in a good, kind, respectful way. I ask Creator to be here today with you as you do your work. I ask Creator to watch over you and keep you safe, especially those who travel from far. I give gratitude for Creator for watching over those that are in the community that are suffering from sickness, from addiction, from alcoholism. Guide them, Creator, in a good, kind, respectful, loving way to where they need to be to get the help that they need. Watch over your families. Keep them safe. And especially during pandemic time and time of opioid crisis, I give thanks to the Creator for just being here, as always, all my relations. Thank you.
Thank you, Elder Ruth.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for having me.